Most men miss the signs women give when they're genuinely interested, not because the signs aren't there, but because women rarely express attraction directly. In this video, you'll learn the 4 clear and psychologically backed signals a woman shows when she really likes you, so you never misread her interest again. When it comes to romantic interest, men and women often operate on different communication systems. Men tend to be more direct, relying heavily on verbal expression or visible actions that clearly signal attraction. Women, on the other hand, lean towards subtlety. Their attraction unfolds through emotional indicators, relational behaviors, and nuanced signals that often go unnoticed unless someone knows exactly what to look for. This isn't because women are trying to be mysterious. It's because emotional intelligence and relational sensitivity are deeply integrated into how they connect. Understanding these subtleties helps you recognize genuine interest without misinterpreting mixed signals. Women rarely use explicit statements like "I like you" early on, not because they are shy, but because emotional safety takes precedence. Instead of stating feelings directly, a woman will observe the emotional environment first. She wants to know if you are attentive, understanding, respectful, and emotionally available. Only after evaluating these factors does she reveal clearer signs of attraction. This evaluation shows through her behavior long before her words catch up, which is why emotional cues carry more weight than verbal confirmation. You may think she's being friendly, but friendliness has a rhythm. Subtle interest has a pattern. One of the strongest emotional cues is how she invests her attention. A woman who is genuinely interested will pay attention with intention. She remembers what you told her days ago, even if it felt insignificant to you. She notices your tone, your expressions, your shift in energy. Her emotional radar becomes more tuned around you because she subconsciously prioritizes your presence. This does not always show through grand gestures. Often it appears in small, consistent indications of care. When she remembers your likes, dislikes, fears, dreams, or stresses without you repeating them, that's an emotional signal that comes directly from her interest. Another way her subtle interest appears is through selective vulnerability. Women do not open up emotionally to everyone. If she begins sharing her thoughts, insecurities, or personal experiences with you, it means you've crossed the threshold of emotional safety. These moments may seem casual, but they are actually significant indicators that she is letting you into her internal world. Emotional openness is one of the earliest signs of trust, and trust is rarely extended to someone she has no interest in. Instead of saying, "I like you," she gives you emotional access to test if you can hold that space with respect and maturity. Her emotional cues also become visible in the way she adapts her communication style around you. Women naturally mirror the energy of someone they are drawn to. If she begins responding faster, engaging more deeply, or initiating discussions that expand beyond surface-level topics, she's not just being talkative, and she's investing emotionally. On the other hand, her tone may become softer, more supportive, or more patient with you compared to how she communicates with others. These are adjustments she makes without consciously realizing it. It's the subconscious reflecting her attraction. One of the most overlooked emotional cues is her sensitivity to your reactions. A woman who likes you cares about how you perceive her. She pays attention to your responses, your comfort, and your emotional state. If you seem distant, she wonders why. If you seem stressed, she subtly tries to make you feel better. This emotional attunement is not something she offers casually. It's a psychological indicator of interest because it shows you matter to her in a way that goes beyond ordinary interactions. Women may not always verbalize their attraction immediately, but their emotional cues reveal what their words have not yet said. When you learn to observe these subtleties, her interest becomes easier to recognize and understand. Consistency is one of the most reliable psychological indicators of real interest, especially when trying to understand a woman's feelings. While emotions can fluctuate and external circumstances may influence behavior on a daily basis, genuine interest shows up through patterns rather than isolated moments. Many people misinterpret occasional affection or temporary attention as attraction, but those moments mean very little unless they are supported by consistent behavior. A woman who truly likes you will not only show interest once, she will continue showing it through repeated actions, stable communication, and emotional presence. A woman's consistency becomes visible first in how she engages with you over time. If she likes you, she doesn't appear only when it's convenient or when she needs something. Instead, she remains involved, attentive, and connected even when life is busy. Her messages don't suddenly disappear, she doesn't vanish for days without explanation, and her energy towards you stays steady. This doesn't mean she has to be available every moment, but there is a noticeable pattern. She circles back, she follows up, and she makes sure there is continuity in the connection. That rhythm of effort reflects genuine emotional investment. Another layer of consistency shows in how she treats you emotionally. Women who are unsure or uninterested often fluctuate between warmth and distance, giving mixed signals that leave you confused. In contrast, a woman with real feelings shows emotional reliability. Her tone remains supportive, patient, and kind even when she's stressed. She doesn't snap at you for no reason or treat you differently depending on her mood. This emotional stability is not accidental. It is a deliberate reflection of how she values the connection. When someone matters, emotional care becomes consistent because respect forms the foundation of interest. Consistency also appears in the way she prioritizes you. Women don't consistently make time for someone they don't care about. Even if she has a busy schedule, she finds small ways to stay connected, sending a quick message, checking in, or showing concern about your well-being. She doesn't let days pass without some form of communication. Her actions demonstrate again and again that she sees you as part of her mental and emotional world. This steady presence signals that you are not just an occasional thought, but a consistent priority. Her consistency can also be seen in the way she supports your growth. A woman who truly likes you remains steady in her encouragement. She doesn't admire you only when things are easy or going well. She continues to motivate you during challenges, believes in your potential, and shows up when you need reassurance. This isn't momentary support, it's sustained belief. She recognizes your strengths, acknowledges your efforts, and pushes you toward becoming the best version of yourself. This repeated reinforcement is a subtle yet powerful expression of attraction. One of the most powerful forms of consistency is how she aligns her words with her actions. Attraction that is genuine doesn't create confusion. Instead, it brings clarity. If she says she wants to see you, she follows through. If she mentions something important to you, she remembers it later. If she expresses concern or appreciation, her behavior backs those feelings. When her actions match her words repeatedly, it is one of the clearest psychological signs that her interest is sincere. Inconsistency often reveals uncertainty or lack of emotional investment, whereas alignment between words and actions reveals intention and authenticity. Consistency also shows through her boundaries. A woman who likes you will maintain respectful, healthy boundaries while still showing warmth and interest. She doesn't suddenly shift from open to closed or affectionate to distant. Her boundaries are steady, predictable, and communicated with care. This balanced approach indicates emotional maturity and ensures the connection grows without unnecessary confusion. Even her small gestures, like checking in, responding thoughtfully, or noticing changes in your tone, reveal a pattern of commitment that speaks louder than direct declarations. When a woman genuinely likes someone, her interest doesn't fade in and out like a passing feeling. It shows up in the steady, dependable, repetitive actions that make you feel seen, valued, and emotionally secure. Consistency is the bridge between temporary attraction and meaningful connection, and women who care show this through every small but repeated behavior that builds trust and emotional certainty. When a woman begins to develop genuine feelings for someone, her emotional process rarely starts with direct confession. Instead, she invests mentally first, through her thoughts, her attention, and her internal evaluation of who you are. Women often create emotional bonds gradually and with intention, not because they are slow or hesitant, but because emotional safety is foundational to how they connect. Before she expresses her feelings through words, she is silently observing how you respond to her, how you treat others, how consistent you are, and whether you offer emotional reliability. This careful mental and emotional investment is the first stage of attraction. Her mental investment becomes noticeable in the way she thinks about you even when you're not around. She remembers details about your preferences, your habits, your routines, and your emotional triggers. She reflects on your conversations, tries to understand your perspective, and pays attention to the little things you share. This is not something she does for everyone. It is reserved for people who begin to matter to her. When a woman carries your words with her and revisits them mentally, she is investing in you long before she says anything openly. Emotional investment appears when she becomes more attuned to your feelings. Women naturally connect through emotional awareness, but when she likes someone, this awareness becomes more selective and focused. She notices your moods, your reactions, and the shifts in your energy. She senses when you're stressed or withdrawn and responds with care or curiosity. Her emotional instincts guide her to check on you, offer comfort, or create moments of ease. This emotional attentiveness is a sign that she is investing emotionally in understanding you, not just interacting with you casually. Another strong indication of emotional investment is the way she starts including you in her internal world. Before she verbalizes attraction, she begins to share more about herself, her experiences, her thoughts, her vulnerabilities, her dreams. She does this gradually, testing your emotional intelligence and your capacity to hold space for her without judgment. This sharing is a form of emotional investment because opening up requires trust. She is not confessing her feelings directly, but she is allowing you deeper into her life, which shows she sees you as someone who may become emotionally significant. Her emotional investment can also be seen in the effort she puts into creating meaningful interactions. She doesn't just talk for the sake of talking, she engages with depth. She asks thoughtful questions, encourages deeper conversations, and shows interest in your past, your values, and your experiences. She wants to understand the layers of your personality, not just the surface. This deeper engagement is intentional and signals that she sees you as more than a temporary presence. Another layer of emotional investment appears in her behavior when you're facing challenges. A woman who truly likes someone becomes emotionally supportive even before she admits her feelings. She listens carefully, offers encouragement, and provides comfort in subtle ways. She might send a thoughtful message, offer a practical solution, or simply give you emotional space while still letting you know she's there. This type of support is not random. It is guided by genuine care and emotional involvement. Her mental and emotional investment also appears in the quiet ways she adjusts her behavior around you. She becomes more thoughtful with her words, more patient in disagreements, and more receptive to your viewpoints. She pays attention to what makes you comfortable or uncomfortable and adapts accordingly. These small adjustments reflect her desire to maintain harmony and connection with you. She may not verbally express her feelings yet, but her behavior shows that she is emotionally preparing for a deeper bond. Women often invest emotionally long before they feel ready to verbalize their attraction. Their hearts lead quietly, their minds analyze carefully, and their behavior reveals their feelings through subtle patterns. Recognizing these early signs helps you understand her interest before her words eventually catch up. Body language is one of the clearest psychological indicators of attraction, especially for women. While words can be filtered, rehearsed, or held back, the body often communicates feelings naturally and without conscious effort. When a woman genuinely likes someone, her body language shifts in noticeable ways that signal comfort, openness, and curiosity. These cues surface before she verbalizes her feelings, making them an important early indicator of genuine interest. Understanding these nonverbal signals helps you read her emotional state more accurately and prevents you from misinterpreting mixed messages. One of the strongest signs is her level of physical ease around you. Women do not relax their posture around people they do not trust or feel comfortable with. When she likes you, her body becomes noticeably softer and less guarded. Her shoulders relax, her facial expressions become warmer, and her movements become more fluid. She seems to let her guard down naturally, not because she is trying to impress, but because her emotional comfort translates directly into physical openness. This type of relaxed presence indicates that she feels safe around you, which is an essential foundation for deeper attraction. Her openness is also seen in the way she positions her body. When a woman is uninterested or uncomfortable, she might cross her arms, angle her body away, or create physical barriers, even unconsciously. But when she is drawn to you, her body subtly gravitates toward your space. She leans forward during conversations, turns her body fully in your direction, and removes barriers like bags or crossed arms. This open posture reflects psychological availability and emotional receptiveness. Her body mirrors her intention. She is letting you into her space because she wants to connect with you. Eye contact is another powerful expression of openness and curiosity. Women who like someone maintain eye contact a bit longer than normal, often paired with soft, genuine expressions. This doesn't mean she stares intensely. Rather, her eyes return to you repeatedly. She may glance away shyly and then look back, a classic sign of interest mixed with emotional excitement. Prolonged eye contact, paired with a warm smile or softened features, is a strong indicator that she feels drawn to you on an emotional level. Her eyes reflect her comfort because eye contact requires trust and vulnerability. Another subtle yet significant cue is her micro-expressions. These are split-second emotional reactions that appear on her face before she has time to control them. A sudden smile when she sees you, raised eyebrows when you speak, or a slight tilt of the head are all signs of emotional engagement. These micro-expressions reveal genuine interest because they come directly from her subconscious reactions, not deliberate performance. Even if she tries to remain composed, her face may reveal excitement or curiosity whenever you're around. Her curiosity also becomes clear through her gestures. A woman who is attracted naturally displays behaviors that reflect her desire to stay connected. She may touch her hair, adjust her clothes subtly, or play with small objects while talking to you. These are not meaningless movements, they are subconscious signals of heightened emotional awareness and internal excitement. She may also lean inward when you speak, showing that she wants to hear you clearly and stay engaged in the conversation. This leaning in behavior indicates not only interest but also emotional investment. Physical proximity is another meaningful sign. When a woman likes you, she finds subtle ways to be closer without making it obvious. She may sit near you, stand closer than necessary, or position herself where interaction feels natural. This closeness is not accidental, it is guided by her emotional comfort and her desire to be within your physical space. Women rarely allow physical closeness with someone they feel uneasy around. Choosing to stay near you reflects trust, comfort, and attraction. Lastly, mirroring behavior is one of the strongest body language indicators of interest. When she subconsciously mirrors your movements, gestures, or posture, it means her body is aligning with yours on a psychological level. Mirroring is a natural human behavior associated with connection and rapport. When a woman mirrors you consistently, it shows she feels in sync with your energy and emotionally aligned with you, even without realizing it. When a woman truly likes someone, she doesn't leave the connection entirely up to chance. Instead, she subtly creates pathways to remain in your orbit. This doesn't always look like bold moves or direct confessions. Often, it appears through small, thoughtful, and sometimes indirect actions that keep the connection alive. Women do this because emotional bonding for them is a gradual process built through familiarity, communication, and shared moments. By creating opportunities to stay connected, she is signaling both interest and emotional investment long before she openly expresses it. One of the most common ways this shows up is through conversations that never seem to end abruptly. Even when she doesn't have a reason to message you, she finds one. She may share something funny she saw, send you a picture of something that reminded her of you, or ask for your opinion on something she didn't necessarily need help with. These are not random interactions. They are deliberate attempts to maintain communication flow. She knows that staying connected keeps the emotional thread alive, and these small touches are her way of nurturing it. Women who are interested also create opportunities by engaging with your online presence. She may not always send a message directly, but she consistently reacts to your posts, watches your stories, or leaves thoughtful comments. These subtle digital interactions are a way of staying connected without appearing overly forward. It's her way of being present in your world even when you're not actively talking. Women often feel safer initiating connection in these small, non-intrusive ways because it allows them to show interest while still protecting their vulnerability. Another sign is when she positions herself in situations where interacting with you feels natural. If she knows your schedule or the places you frequent, she may happen to be around more often. She might join group activities she knows you'll attend or stay a bit longer in a conversation to align her timing with yours. These aren't coincidences. They are intentional behaviors driven by the desire to create shared moments. Women rarely place themselves repeatedly in someone's presence unless there is emotional motivation behind it. She also creates emotional opportunities to connect. When a woman likes you, she becomes more open to sharing personal experiences, thoughts, or challenges. This deepens the emotional bond and encourages you to share in return. She knows that emotional closeness grows through vulnerability, so she initiates conversations that carry weight and meaning. Whether it's talking about her day, her hopes, her stress, or her memories, she uses these exchanges to strengthen the emotional bridge between you. Indirect opportunities also appear through supportive behavior. She may ask how your day was, follow up on something important to you, or show genuine care when you're going through something difficult. These efforts are subtle ways of staying connected without appearing intrusive. Women who are not interested rarely invest this level of emotional attention, especially on a consistent basis. Her concern for your well-being is more than kindness. It's a sign that maintaining the bond matters to her. A woman who likes someone will also create opportunities for shared experiences. This could be suggesting a movie she wants to watch, mentioning a cafe she likes, or bringing up an event she thinks you might enjoy. These hints are her way of inviting you into her life without putting pressure on you. She gives you openings to spend time together while allowing you to take the lead. Women often test the emotional waters through these gentle invitations, hoping you'll pick up on the intention behind them. Even in group settings, she finds small ways to stay connected. She positions herself near you, involves you in conversations, or uses shared humor to maintain interaction. These small gestures make it easier for you both to stay connected without making her feelings obvious to others. Women balance subtlety with intention, creating moments that feel natural yet meaningful because they are guided by genuine attraction. Her desire to stay connected doesn't come from obligation, it comes from emotional pull. Through consistent, indirect, and thoughtful actions, she keeps the connection alive in ways that feel effortless yet deeply intentional. When a woman begins to genuinely like someone, her attention sharpens in ways that go far beyond the surface. Emotional attraction heightens her awareness, making her more observant, more sensitive, and more attuned to the subtleties of your behavior. This attentiveness is not forced. It is a natural psychological response that develops when someone emotionally matters to her. Women often internalize details unconsciously, and this increased awareness shows up in countless small ways that reveal her growing interest long before she verbally expresses it. One of the clearest signs of this heightened awareness is her memory for small details. She remembers things you barely recall mentioning, your favorite foods, the stories from your childhood, the way you prefer your coffee, or the specific things that stress you out. She might bring these details up later in conversation or reflect them in her actions. This kind of detailed recall indicates emotional importance. Women don't store this level of information for someone they feel neutral about. They remember because they care and because their mind naturally prioritizes what feels emotionally significant. Her attentiveness also appears through her ability to sense subtle shifts in your mood or energy. Women who are emotionally invested often pick up on changes before you even articulate them. She notices when you're quieter than usual, when something seems off, or when your tone changes slightly. She may ask if you're okay, offer comfort, or try to lighten your mood. This kind of emotional sensitivity is rooted in empathy, but also in attachment. Her awareness becomes more refined because she is emotionally tuned into you, paying attention not only to your words, but to your unspoken emotional cues. Another aspect of heightened awareness is the way she responds to your preferences. When a woman likes you, she subconsciously adapts. If she knows you enjoy a certain style of conversation, she mirrors it. If she knows you value honesty, she becomes more open. If she notices something makes you uncomfortable, she avoids it. These adjustments are subtle, but they reflect genuine care. She isn't pretending or forcing anything. She is simply becoming more aligned with your comfort and emotional style because the connection matters to her. Her attentiveness also shows through thoughtful gestures. A woman who is emotionally invested will notice things you need before you mention them. She may send you something encouraging when you're stressed, share information she knows will interest you, or give reminders about things she knows you care about. These gestures often feel perfectly timed because she is genuinely paying attention to your rhythm. Even something as small as checking whether you reached home safely reflects her awareness and emotional concern. Women also display heightened awareness through active listening. She isn't just hearing your words, she is processing them, connecting them, and engaging with them meaningfully. She asks follow-up questions, shows curiosity, and engages in conversations that go deeper than surface-level talk. Her listening becomes more intentional because she views your thoughts and feelings as important. Emotional investment makes her more present, more engaged, and more willing to invest mental energy into understanding you fully. Her awareness can even appear in how she notices things about you that others overlook. She may comment on your new haircut, your clothing choices, your expressions, or the small ways you react in social situations. She sees the micro details of your behavior because her attention is naturally drawn to you. Women rarely observe someone so closely unless there is emotional attraction guiding that observation. Heightened awareness also makes her more responsive to your needs. She adjusts her tone when you seem tired, becomes more encouraging when you doubt yourself, or gives you space when she senses you need it. These responses are intuitive rather than calculated. Her emotional investment activates a deeper level of sensitivity that shapes how she interacts with you. She isn't guessing, she is genuinely attuned to your inner world. When a woman becomes attentive to the smallest details, it is a reflection of how strongly she feels. Emotional investment amplifies her awareness, making her more observant, more thoughtful, and more connected to your subtle signals.